Is the FDA letting us get poisoned? Here's what you're not being told. Has the government poisoned its people before? Oh, absolutely. Taking full advantage of the fact that there's no all-natural classification. So all-natural is a marketing term. To be honest, our automakers could write all-natural on our vehicles and there's nothing that the government could do about it. Most people think this means that something is 100% natural, pesticide-free, chemical-free, non-GMO, safe. But by the FDA's own definition, not even close. Hey fam, what if I told you that a lot of what we assume is safe isn't really? That we're being exposed to things every day that are banned in other countries, but perfectly legal right here in the US? And what if I told you this isn't just a conspiracy theory, it's just an uncomfortable truth? This video might make you uncomfortable, but it's something we need to talk about, we need to address. So let's dive in. But really quickly, please hit that subscribe button and that like button for me, please. And that way you never miss an important video or update. Now, what organic really means. So let's start with something that a lot of us think we can trust. Organic. Most people think this means that something is 100% natural, pesticide-free, chemical-free, non-GMO, safe. But by the FDA's own definition, not even close. So according to our own FDA, all organic means is that a certain percentage of the ingredients were grown without pesticides. Is that really what you thought it meant? Please let me know in the comments. I'm curious if I was the only one that was believing that organic meant something different. Does this mean something can be both organic and a GMO or genetically modified ingredient? Yes, absolutely, and often it does. That's why it's important to look for both organic and non-GMO if you're wanting something that's cleaner. However, organic may have lost some of its meaning for you too. And keep in mind, certified organic means that it was certified by a private agency that was paid by the company for the certification. It was not certified by the FDA or another government body. It's from a private paid company. So whether or not that product is actually certified organic, now let that sink in for a second. I know it took me a few minutes. Has the government poisoned its people before? Oh, absolutely. This isn't new, unfortunately. This has been going on for a long time, for decades. Let's talk Project MKUltra. How many of you are familiar with that CIA program? Please let me know in the comments, I'm curious. The CIA in this Project MKUltra secretly experimented on unwitting Americans in the 1950s and 1960s by giving them LSD without their knowledge or consent. This was done in prisons, hospitals, and even public places, like public gatherings. The Kool-Aid acid tests, that was part of some of it. Some of the victims were so traumatized that they ended their own lives, never even knowing what happened to them. How tragic is that? And some of them ended up with lifelong afflictions because of it, the ones that survived. And it didn't stop there. The US government also tested atomic bombs near civilian towns, knowing full well the radiation effects on the nearby town were going to be devastating. One of the most famous cases, how many of you have seen the movie The Conqueror with John Wayne in it? The movie The Conqueror, starring John Wayne, was filmed near a nuclear test site in Nevada. It's supposed to look like the deserts, I think in the Sahara, but they filmed it here. They were told that the area was safe to film at. And out of the 220 cast and crew, 91 developed cancer. That's nearly half. Coincidence? Yeah, probably not. Our water and food system is failing us. Now let's talk about something that affects your every single day, your water. US tap water is often filled with bacteria, fungi, viruses, parasites, heavy metals, and now we're hearing about PFAS, which is microplastics that are in the water that can cause cancers. But instead of cleaning the water properly, municipalities just dump fluoride in it, a known carcinogen in certain levels, instead of just working on filtering the water. And instead of regulating it tightly, the FDA does basically nothing. Meanwhile, in Europe, there are thousands of ingredients banned from food, skincare, makeup, and household products that are still perfectly legal here. Isn't that insane? In fact, some American companies make two versions of the same food. One for US consumers filled with dyes, preservatives, and chemicals, and a cleaner version for European markets because they're not allowed to sell their junk over there. Made here, but not allowed to sell over there, so they make cleaner, healthier versions to send over there while we get. Why not just make one cleaner, healthier version for everyone, especially when you're making it in the country? Now, let's use confectioner's glaze as our food example here. So, confectioner's glaze, more commonly known as shellac, and yes, ladies, it's the same stuff that we have put on our nails that's not supposed to touch our skin. That's the shellac that's covering our organic fruits and veggies as a shiny coating to help them look shinier and prettier. We also cook with it, cover our candies with it, and even put it in our medicine here. So what's shellac or confectioner's glaze made of? Bug secretions. Yes, tiny bugs that live on a tree that secrete this. Then it is taken off and processed. Yes, you heard me correctly. If you look into who processes it and how it's processed, the story gets even worse. The people processing are mostly barehanded, no gloves, no safety protocols or anything. They're doing them on the dirt ground outside their homes. And they often use their own saliva in its processing. Then they're paid pennies on the dollar for the product that goes through several hands before making it to the US into our food, finally, or covering our food. Please keep in mind, these are just 2 examples. I could go on, but I feel like you're getting the picture here. It's honestly embarrassing how little our own FDA, the governing body over our food, drinks, medication, personal care products, is not protecting us. While we have a little over 100 banned ingredients, the EU has over 1,300. How's that possible if not on purpose? When we're supposedly one of the world's leading scientific and medical research countries and already know which chemicals are toxic or carcinogenic? If this isn't on purpose. And please, please be careful with the all-natural brands on the shelves. A lot of them have been greenwashed, their brand and products, taking full advantage of the fact that there's no all-natural classification. So all-natural is a marketing term. To be honest, our automakers could write all natural on our vehicles and there's nothing that the government could do about it because there's no all natural classification. Nobody certifies anything all natural. And that vehicle, just like everything you see here and everything that you've got sitting around you, all of that came from the earth at some point and could be labeled all natural. And let that sink in for a second. All natural does not exist. It is simply a marketing term, period. There's either over processed or there's barely processed or there's not processed. Like that's, and some things you want processed, like your supplements have to be in a correct form or you're not going to absorb them. So it can get a little confusing, but don't worry, that's what I'm here for. So unfortunately, all natural is just not a real thing. I'm sorry. And chemical free is another marketing term. Everything is made of chemicals. The grass is made of chemicals, the trees, everything. You and I are made of chemicals. So there is no such thing as all natural and chemical free. And to be honest, even if something was all natural, there's no way it could be chemical free because everything in nature is made of chemicals. You see what I'm saying? Simply marketing terms. That's it. We'll get more into skincare labeling and skincare like products and ingredients in another video, but I think it's really important that we're aware of what the labels are actually telling us. Now, I'm curious to hear from you. I'm wondering if I was the only one that was unaware of what organic really meant and about all natural and chemical free. I was believing all the hype too. So I'm just curious if you guys were or if I was the only one. So please drop it down in the comments and let me know. Did you realize how few chemicals were banned here out of all of the toxic chemicals and caustic carcinogenic chemicals in the world? Did you realize that there's only like 100 and something banned here in the US? Again, I'm curious to see if I was like one of the only ones that didn't know that. I kind of joke right now, but it infuriates me, to be honest. You guys are my people. This is my family, my friends, my people that they're taking advantage of, one, but two, making sick with a lot of these toxic and carcinogenic and caustic chemicals that they're allowing and that these brands are putting into our products. Like, furious, to be honest. That's why I'm here making these videos. Please drop your feelings and thoughts in the comments and let me know if I'm alone too on that one. By the way, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you don't miss another video. And feel free to save or download this too in case you need to go back and refer to it later. And if you know somebody that might be interested in this info, or that buys organic a lot, or that, is on the all natural train, maybe share this video with them or share it to your social media channels so that we can raise awareness on this stuff. This is, I feel like, very important for the general public to understand and know. I'm here to help as many as I can, so you'd really be helping me out with my mission. With every like, comment, share, and subscribe, I'm so grateful for you. It really does help me out in my mission. And so now you might be thinking, okay, this is all horrible, but what can I actually do about it, right? Don't worry, I never leave you guys hanging. Well, the first thing is awareness, this right here, because you deserve better and your family deserves better. We are not crazy for questioning these things. We are not paranoid for demanding cleaner ingredients. And we're definitely not wrong for being upset when corporations profit from our pain and sickness. You can take steps towards cleaner living, whether that's switching to a good water filter, choosing brands that disclose all the ingredients, or supporting companies that meet European safety standards and not just the bare minimum US standards. Now, I'm dropping my link below in the description for the shopping club from the Wellness Company for a truly non-toxic home, from cleaning products to personal care products and supplements that are actually in the right form and absorbable, and snacks and more, which most supplements are not in the correct form, like I said before, for human consumption, but we'll do that in another video. More on that to come. But please let me know below if that's a topic that you would like to hear more on, and I'll make sure to get that done pretty quickly. I'll also drop the link for my favorite mental wellness company in the description below. There'll be the $10 off plus free shipping code attached just for you. Both these companies use a process that gets their supplements into the correct form so that we can actually absorb them. And they use clinically proven and award-winning products. Yes, they are clinically proven. Always be careful when a brand talks about how the ingredients are clinically proven too, because when they talk about these ingredients are clinically proven too, those ingredients may have been in someone else's formula. But if their product was actually clinically proven, they would be talking about what their product can do, not what just the ingredients can do. They're talking about somebody else's product, somebody else's studies that has nothing to do with theirs, that we don't even know that they've got the right form of that ingredient in there. You know what I mean? Many different forms of, say, vitamin C or retinol. So just another little caveat there. Be careful with that. And yes, both companies have clinical studies to back their results, not just testimonies from people that use it. And these both have award-winning products, not just clinically studied and backed. And these are just two requirements of mine before I work with a company that either does, say, skincare or supplements or anything that goes into the body. Two of my criteria are award-winning and clinically proven. It has to have clinical results from a third party, or we're not even speaking, I'm extremely, extremely picky as both a results-driven and holistic esthetician on the companies that I align myself with. So I just wanted to point that out. If it's a company that I'm recommending, it's one that I've really done research into and studied when it comes to skincare or anything that we're putting into our body. Not only are these products clinically studied and backed and award-winning, but they're also clean enough to be sold overseas, like in the EU, and are sold over there. Again, the comments is where we get to know each other, so don't be shy. Please tell me where you're coming from and comment along, please. It also helps out you if you're somebody that has a channel on here, if you're on here interacting on other videos. If you found this to be helpful or eye-opening, please like and subscribe and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. I'm sure there's more than a few of them. And if you haven't yet, please watch my video on what the word organic really means. I'll link it in the comments after I get this filmed and edited. That's the next one I think I'm filming. So if you're subscribed, you should see it, but I'll link it here in the comments after I get it posted, just in case. For now, I have a static post about the true meaning of organic if you'd like to check it out. I'll go ahead and put that in the pinned comment below. Please feel free to comment too, or save or share it as well. It'll help it get seen and shown to others. And thank you in advance. Together, we can vote with our dollars and our voices to demand better, because you deserve better and your family deserves better. I'm Danielle Ramsey, the Healthy Wealthy Woman. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Let's do this together. Healthy, wealthy, and wildly aligned. Bye.